at Pac-12 Media Days in Hollywood. This is the new USC beat reporter, Zach Helfand and Lindsey Thiry for the Los Angeles Times. As you might expect, not a lot of breaking news from Media Days, but USC fans are always interested, and heck, everybody around the country is interested to know who's going to be the new quarterback. Clay Helton will not be making an announcement until 2 weeks before the Trojans kick off September 3rd against Alabama.
The wait is almost over.
No,
well,
it's
not really. Not really. We've got a couple weeks until camp starts, and then we've got 18 practices, is it, before Max Browne or Sam Arnold will be declared the quarterback. But we do have a date. It is going to be 2 weeks before Alabama, so we know we have that to look forward to at least.
Okay, so you've been out at summer player practices. Max Browne, of course, the fourth-year junior. Sam Darnold, the redshirt freshman. What do the two look like? It's hard to say. It's summer player run practices, but what have you seen?
They look like players throwing footballs around and with no pads on.
Wait, that sounds really simple.
Yeah. Well, Max is the thing is Max is kind of the leader. He leads the practices. He's kind of in charge of making sure he's the de facto coach, and that's what you expect with him. He's a redshirt junior. This is his fourth year. So you have with him, you have the leadership thing. With Darnold, you have a little bit of the mobility thing. He shows that a little bit in the PRPs, the player run practices. So he's moving around a little bit more, and that's what you expect from those guys. But it's hard to tell a separation in those things.
Clay Helton was very open about what concerns him the most. This also not that big of a surprise. The defensive line, a very talented group, some very young, big bodies, but not a lot of experience, which is going to certainly show when they play Alabama.
Yeah, well, the problem for them is they lead off against Alabama, who loves to run the ball, and they do it really well.
Yeah.
And then week 3, you got Stanford, who loves to run the ball, and they do it really well. They got Christian McCaffrey. So they're in a tough spot with the defensive line. They have some talent there. In maybe the end of the year, maybe in a couple years, they're going to be pretty good, I would think. But you're in a tough spot leading off against those two teams.
So it's a young defensive line, but Adoree Jackson will return to the secondary. Clay Helton said that will be his primary position, playing defense. Of course, he'll likely want to slip in on offense, but Helton said they've got enough help over there right now. What does it mean for this squad to have him back on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, it means he has a summer to get acquainted with the defense. I'm sure some USC fans are breathing a sigh of relief where he's not going to the Olympics and then coming right back into the Alabama game. But if anyone could do it, it's Adoree. They're going to play him mostly on defense. He said he's going to have just a few runs, a few plays each game on the offense, but mostly it's going to be defense in the return game. And Adoree is Adoree. He's going to make plays. He's going to be exciting. He's going to be a fun guy to watch.
Already a junior. It's amazing how time flies. All right, be sure to follow this guy on Twitter, Zach Helfand. Give them your Twitter handle.
At @ZHelfand.
And it's on the screen right here. I'm putting it up right there.
Beautiful.
And be sure to keep it on the Los Angeles Times. Football is still a little bit ways away, but it's getting closer. All right, with Zach, I'm Lindsey.